Hi there, Kat of Healthy Hobbyists. Today we've got 30 minutes of yoga core. Specifically, we're going to be working on handstand prep today. So as far as what you need, if you've got a block, grab a block, but you just need something to kind of elevate your hands a bit. I can give you modifications if you don't have anything, but it will definitely be helpful today. But that's all you need aside from yourself and a mat. So get yourself ready and we're going to start soon. We'll just do a nice little warm up, starting with the shoulders, a few shoulder rolls. So as you inhale, rolling them up and back a few times. Good. And then just releasing that, take the hands out in front of you, spread the fingers really wide apart, and just a few up and down through the palms. Good. Gotta do a lot of good wrist warming up today if we're gonna do any handstandy type stuff. Good. And then make tight fists and circle. And of course, the handstands are super optional. They're just there in case you want to play around. And then circle the other way a few times. Good. Now take your hands to the tops of your shoulders. Draw some nice big circles with the elbows. Good. And then circle the other way a few times. Good. And then just release that. Let's come into our tabletop position. Spreading the fingers. So a few things here with the handstands. We want to make sure we kind of understand the grip. It's super, super important in handstands. So think about clawing or kind of just like squeezing into the mat. So really gripping the fingertips in. And then right at the first knuckle, so right where the palm meets your four fingers, press that down super, super firm. So like you're trying to really press almost through the earth. And then with that grip, just draw some little circles with your shoulders. Just starting clockwise, it doesn't have to be super big, but really thinking about squeezing the ground and pressing the ground. And that should get into the forearms already pretty good. And then circle yourself the other way. Good. And then gently just come back into neutral. We're going to do some little kind of hand or finger push-ups. So pressing down through the first four fingers, peel the palm up until you're all the way to that first knuckle. The thumb can also lift. And if one at a time is better, that's fine. You don't have to do both simultaneously. You can kind of alternate. And you're peeling it all the way up, trying to keep the four fingers flat as best you can. So mobility in the fingers will really vary, especially if this is not something that you do very often, which is not usually common. Good. And to make this harder, your knees can go further back. So if this is something that you're pretty familiar with, you can take it up a notch. But if it's really hard already, then take the knees closer in. That should make it easy enough. And let's just stay here for a little bit, get comfortable. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that. Turn your fingertips to point back towards your knees. So rotating your palms. Palms are flat on the ground, fingertips towards your knees. Making this easier, take your knees in. A little harder, take the knees back under the hips. And just start to sit back towards the heels just ever so slightly. Keep pressing down firmly through the palms here. And breathe. Feel free to kind of sway your hips left and right a little bit, just kind of feeling into the wrists and forearms. This is especially nice if you've been doing a lot of computer work. Counters all of that rounding we do in our wrists for typing. Good. Let's hold this 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and release that. Sit back onto the heels. Shake out the palms, shake out the wrists. Good. All right, we're warm, we're ready now. Let's start to actually get into the core a bit. So let's come into our tabletop position and walk your knees back so that they're further back past the line of your hips, and bring your knees and feet together. Dig the palms in, press the palms down, straighten the legs, point the toes, squeeze that center line of your thighs together. So we're in a plank position, but we're on the top of our feet. So really press down, feel like you're lifting the back of your knees up, up, up. Really press into the ground. Let's hold 5. Fingertips dig in, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees back down, take a little break. We're gonna do that again right away. So take the knees back, squeeze the legs together, lean the chest forward a bit, straighten the legs. Good. Breathing here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees back down. Sit back onto the heels for a moment again, shake it out. Good. Let's come onto our butt so that we give our wrists a little bit of a break in between, especially if y'all are on carpet or anything like that. Looks like you're both on hardwood floor though, so that's good. That'll be easier. When you're on carpet, it starts to get really painful on the wrists. So let's keep the block to the side for now. Take your feet about hip width distance apart and take your knees bent, feet to the ground. Reach your hands forward, and starting with a straight spine, just sit up nice and tall. Now as you exhale, I want you to lean back a little bit and start to round through your spine. Good. Active in the feet, press the feet down. Good. And we're coming down just a little bit, so not super far down, just kind of on our sacrum. Reaching the hands forward, really actively squeeze the thighs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull yourself back up, a little bit of a rest, straighten the spine. Now bring the feet together, legs together. Same thing, we're gonna come a little bit lower here. So reach the palms forward, fingertips forward. And now we're gonna roll a little bit lower. See if you can come right onto the back, if you can. If not, keep it higher into this level right before that. Otherwise, on the low back, right up to the shoulder blade. We're not coming down on the shoulders, just a bit above that. Squeeze the legs together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it back up. Good. Hug the fronts of the knees. Breathe here. We're going to do one more of those. Coming as low as you can, but shoulder blades off the mat. Squeeze the legs together. Reach it forward. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Good. Squeeze the legs in together. You're on the mid-back, low back. Shoulders are lifted here. 5. Low back is pressing down, so tucking the tailbone. 4, 3, squeeze the thighs. 2, 1, inhale, pull it up. Good. Let's take a break from that. Come back onto the tabletop position. Good. From here, come into a traditional plank position. So step the feet back, hips are low. Good. Dig the fingertips in, press through the palms. And we're going to do alternate shoulder taps. So with your right hand, gently tap your left shoulder. And then take it back down. And just alternating super slow at your own pace, back and forth. Try not to sway super far, like we're not opening and twisting here. Do your best to keep yourself completely centered and still. The more you do so, the more you're working. Good. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow, take the knees down. Child's pose, little tiny break. All right, let's come on back up. Again, coming into your plank position. This time we're going to pull our knees in towards our chest. So starting nice and low in tabletop, pull your right knee in towards center, and then take it back. Everything stays really still, just pulling the left knee in, and then the right back and forth. Going for a slow here, slow and controlled. Keeping the hips down, and remembering that contact with the hands. So palms really pressing firm. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, take the knees down. Oh, grab hold of your block if you've got one. Get it set up to the top of your mat. Let's come to standing. All right. So the next one, we're going to really start to work into the handstand type portion. All of that's obviously building core strength, but this is going to kind of put the core strength together with the upper body. So I want you to take your hands up first. So we'll kind of work on the upper body position. So act like you're squeezing a block between your hands. If you've got a block, then you can just squeeze the block. I'm not sure if you actually have blocks or imitation blocks. So really squeezing, lifting up, and try to touch your ears with the sides of your arms here. So kind of squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Good. Good. Now we're going to kind of keep this squeezing momentum. We're just going to take the block down towards the ground. Place the block flat. Good. Take your palms onto the block and then come up high onto your tippy toes. So that same elevation through your shoulders. So squeeze, looking through towards your knees. Let's hold 5. Your heels are high for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it back down. Heels are dropping. Pick that block up, come all the way back up. Squeeze the block between the palms. Good. Elevate the shoulders up. So it's kind of the opposite of what we do in all of yoga for this handstand. Good. Really squeezing up high with the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the block back down. Elevate through the shoulders still, so keeping that. Place that block flat, palms onto the block, high onto the tippy toes, leaning forward. Weight into the palms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heels back down. One more round, block lifts. Good, elevating through the shoulders. Breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block comes down. Palms come onto the block. Once again, tippy toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heels back down. All right, you can move the block out of the way. And come to standing. We're going to work on the first drill towards handstand. Again, it's an option, not mandatory, but either way we'll work on the strength. So take yourself into a forward fold. Lift your right leg up, coming into your standing split. Take your hands flat to the ground, wherever they can be. If they're out a little bit further forward, that's fine. Just try to get them flat. If you need to bend the left knee, that's fine too. Good. Now elevate the shoulders, just like before, like we did with the block. So push the ground away. Keep your right leg straight. Keep it high. Bend into your left knee. We're going to work on little hops. So bending into that left knee. Exhale. Inhale, little hop. Good. As you work on these, think about your left knee pulling in towards your chest. And think about your right leg staying high. And then work on that contact in the hands. So finding that grip through the fingertips. And we're going to do 5 more. Good. 4, 3, very good. 2, 1 more. And back down, release. Just go ahead and forward folds. Grab opposite elbows. Sway it out. up to standing. Let's give ourselves a little break from all the blood rushing to our head. As you inhale, reach up. As you exhale, take the hands to prayer. Good. All right, other side. Come into that forward fold. Hands flat on the ground, lift that left leg up. Same thing here, hands can be a bit forward, that's fine. Bend into your standing knee. Left leg is very straight, as high as it can be. Dig into the fingertips. Let's go for the little hop. Exhale first. Inhale, little hop. Think knee to chest, left leg high. Breathe. We're gonna go for 5, 4, go for 3, 2, and go for 1 more. And fold, release. Inhale, roll on up to standing. Reach it up. Exhale the hands to prayer. Good. Then go ahead and come to sit back on your butt. Grab hold of your block. We're going to get into that boat position once again. So bring the feet together, knees are bent, and grab onto that block, extending it out in front of you. Very similar as before, we're just going to add a little bit of extra arms, make things a little bit harder. So squeeze the block between your palms, and we're just going to stay pretty upright for this one. Hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll lift the block halfway up, 5, 4, good, 3, 2, 1. All the way overhead, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the block back down. Okay, this is going to get really hard. We're going to do it together as best we can. So go ahead and come a little bit lower, just on the sacrum, about halfway. Squeeze the block, hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Block is halfway up, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Overhead squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Block comes down. Little tiny break, so pull yourself back up. So we're going to do another round. You're going to have an option to come a bit lower, if that's possible. If that was already pretty challenging, we'll do that one again. Take the block out in front of you. And let's come a little bit lower. So onto the low back. Squeeze the block out in front of you. Hold 5, 4. You can be on the sacrum as well. 3, 2, 1. Lift the block up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Overhand. Woo, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull it up. Take a little break. Very good. Go ahead and put the block over to the side. Now we're going to add a little bit of extra with the legs. So reach the hands forward and roll yourself onto your sacrum. Good. Now lift the legs just into 90 degrees. If you want, you can also go for straight, but oh God, I'm so tired. I'm going to go for the knees bent here. So reaching the hands forward, let's breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to come onto our low back, straighten the legs, reach the arms forward. 5, 4, squeeze the legs together. 3, 2, 1. Pull it up, squeeze the legs together, hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is it, last one. Extend, lay back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Lay flat. Pull your knees in towards your chest, draw little circles, relax. Good. Take your feet down to the floor. And just create a little bit of like a shelf underneath your butt. So kind of tucking your hands underneath your butt, giving yourself a little bit of a ramp so your low back can stay flat. Now we're getting a bit tired. Extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling and squeeze the legs together. Good. Take the legs just halfway down. Keep squeezing the legs together. Make sure you press that low back flat and breathe here. 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it a little bit lower. If your back starts to round and arch off of the ground, take it higher. Breathe here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny bit lower. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the knees up. Good. Knees into the chest. Whew, little break here. Good. Give yourself a little ramp underneath your hips once again. Hands tucked underneath your booty. Lift the legs straight up. And then take the legs about halfway down. This time, little tiny flutter kicks, just up and down. Good. Let's stay in this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come a little bit lower. Continue the flutter kick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiny bit lower. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lowest you can go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in towards your chest. All right, we are almost done. I don't know about you, but I am sweating. We've got one final move here, and then we'll cool down. So 2 options here. We're going to work towards hollow bodies. If you're getting kind of tired, have the shelf underneath your hips, just like we did before. Otherwise, reach the arms overhead. Pretend you've got a block. The block's too heavy. We're not going to add that. And feel like you're squeezing that block between your hands. Good. Now extend your legs straight out. See if you can pull your shoulders up off the mat and just breathe here. 5. If it's too much, the head can rest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Reach it forward. Try to keep the shoulders up off the mat. Squeeze in tight little ball. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend it back out. 5, 4. Legs can be high if it's hard. 3, 2, 1. Tight little ball. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last hollow body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tight little ball. Last one. 5, 4. Shoulders off the mat. 3, 2, 1. Release. Good. Take your legs long down your mat. Let your belly stretch. Reach your arms overhead and breathe. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Take your arms down by your side. Let's take a few breaths in our Shavasana. Let the eyes close. Relax the jaw, breathe deep. Relaxing the belly completely. Breathe deep into the belly and out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Nice and slowly Bend the knees, bring your feet to the floor. Roll yourself over onto one side. Gently pull yourself back into seated nice and slow. Coming back to any comfortable seat. Maybe take the eyes closed, sitting up nice and tall. Let's take a final few breaths together. Breathe in through your nose. Open the mouth, exhale big. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one, big inhale. Big exhale. Hands to prayer. Gently start to blink open the eyes. Thank you both so much for joining me. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me live. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed. I hope you come take some more classes soon. Hopefully we can see each other in real life again one day. One day, yeah. All right, well, thank you both so much. Have a great rest of your night. Bye. Thanks once again for joining me. Again, my name is Kat from Healthy Hobbyist. I am making these videos for free, but if you like them, please donate or subscribe or share them. Any of those things are super helpful for me and help keep me motivated. You can also visit my site. I do a lot of other stuff than just yoga, a lot of crazy stuff. So check it out, healthyhobbyist.com. See you next time.